I've always believed India is fascinating, but then the world is fascinator. Is there a word like that? Wait a minute, let me check. Okay, Google, define fascinator.
This is the definition of fascinator. A woman's light decorative headpiece consisting of feathers, flowers, beads, etc. attached to a comb or hair clip.
Ah, it's a British hat. Fancy. Speaking of which, the United Kingdom is having a divisive time. Following the Brexit negotiations, the European Union last week outright rejected the both my hands in the pudding, and let's forget that we ever filed for divorce deal from Britain, commonly known as the Chequers deal. This deal would have enabled Britain to enjoy the benefits of the European single market, but not have to deal with their immigration policies or trade agreement restrictions. But then the European Union said, nope, not happening, leaving the British Prime Minister Theresa May quite angry.
It is something no British Prime Minister would ever agree to. Anything which fails to respect the referendum or which effectively divides our country in two would be a bad deal.
Oh, divide a nation into two? I think I've heard this before. Britain was perhaps involved in it. Oh yeah, India and Pakistan? We are still fighting. It's now a bad deal, is it? Speaking of Pakistan and bad deals, if you remember back in the Pakistan elections video, we had talked about Pakistan's humongous economic challenge. Well, it appears they found a solution.
गाड़ियों और हेलीकॉप्टरों के बाद वज़ीर आज़म हाउस की भैंसों की बारी आ गई। तमाम 8 भैंसें 23,02,000 रुपए में फरोख्त हुई। पहली भैंस 3,85,000 रुपए में बिकी। खरीदारों का कहना है कि भैंस की कीमत 1 लाख रुपए से ज़्यादा नहीं। नवाज शरीफ और मरियम नवाज की निशानी होने की वजह से 3,20,000 में खरीदी।
Yes, Pakistan has auctioned off former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's buffaloes to face the economic challenge. I'm not sure if the buffaloes are aware of their political and economic significance, but if they were, I am quite certain they would have some interesting thoughts to share. Moving on to Australia, where they are facing a massive fruit sabotage crisis.
Needles were found inside strawberries in more than 20 containers across 6 Australian states. It sparked a major food scare that's disrupted exports to New Zealand and forced some growers to scan their fruit with metal detectors before they're sent to supermarkets. But it's not only strawberries, there've also been reports of needles found inside a banana and an apple.
Some idiots either pranked or rebelled against the strawberry farmers, causing damages worth millions of dollars. And Australia is taking it really seriously.
It's not on. We can't put up with it. And what we will be doing is 2 things when it comes to federal offences. The first one is to be increasing the penalties for those who would be found guilty under the existing provisions from 10 years in prison to 15 years in prison.
Yes, 15 years for putting a needle in a fruit. And it is justified. Copycats are coming up in New Zealand and Singapore, social media multiplying the effect, exports are getting affected, even ISIS is getting involved. I can't even... Just somehow in my head, jihad and strawberries and bananas don't go well together. What are we having now? War on strawberries? Taking cognizance, some supermarkets have stopped selling needles altogether. And it is now a crime to be callously and criminally stupid in Australia.
But there are also acts that you could describe as callously and criminally stupid. And this type of new offence is meant to scoop up those offences and make it easier for the prosecution to successfully prosecute and then have punished people who act with that sort of callous and criminal stupidity.
Speaking of callously and criminally stupid, a group of college graduates in South Korea ate burgers and pizzas 5 times a day to avoid the mandatory army duty. One person even gained 30 kilograms in 6 months. Maybe they were offering foodie prayers or something. Unfortunately, they got caught. Which sort of happens when you are callously and criminally stupid, sharing details of your crime and its progress on group chats. But I guess being such food enthusiasts, they won't have much troubles when the military has them properly cheesed. That's all for this time. I'll see you very soon. Until then, have fun. Oh, it's delicious.